Hello, welcome to another vlog. Today is Monday and I started this day off by running some errands, which is, I'm gonna show you some of the things I got from those errands. So first of all, we are finishing up our homeschool this week, going into kind of our summer break for a few months while I recover from having ankle surgery, which is happening in a few weeks. And so anyway, we're finishing school up so that we can get a few things done next week and then go on vacation for a week before I have surgery. And I was feeling a little overwhelmed. There's still plenty of time to get a lot of stuff done. It felt like nothing on my list was getting checked off. So I decided that we were not gonna do group work this morning, and my husband just stayed home and helped some of the kids finish their schoolwork and everything and watch the baby while I ran with 3 of the kids to the store. And we did a few things. So we went to Joann's and then we went to Home Depot, because Joann's we went to because my daughter is making a quilt. If you watched my Christmas video, you would have seen that we bought her like strips of fabric for one of her Christmas presents, but I didn't buy like the backing or any of the kind of finishing items. And I put that into the budget, like knowing we were going to use that eventually to buy the things for that. So I spent more money at Christmas on my other kids than I did on her. If this is making any sense, so that I could spend it once she decided what kind of pattern, design, how big, whatever she wanted to make. Because it didn't have to be a quilt, it could have been like a bag or something. So just whatever accessories that she needed, that's what we saved that money for. And so she finished piecing together this quilt. I was gonna bring it down to show you. Maybe we'll still show it in this vlog at some point this week, because she needed the batting and the backing for it, which is what we went to Joann's to get. And so yeah, it's like a rainbow. It looks like a rainbow. She put some gray in between all the rainbow colors, so it's not like crazy overwhelming, but it's very colorful to say the least. So this was what she got for the backing. I feel like you guys are kind of crooked. Sometimes my camera is a little crooked. Sorry, we'll fix it. Anyways, and so this is what she got for the backing. It's that minky fabric, but it had stars on it. So one of the colors in it is pink. She has a few different kinds of pink. So it's not about matching. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like too matchy about things. But it's just about trying to keep the theme. I probably would have gone with just a neutral back, but she likes the colors and that's fine. So this is what we got for that. And then batting, that's so fun. We have way more batting than we need just because of the sizes. It's just much bigger, but that's okay, because then if she wants to do another project, we have a bunch of that. And then something else, I originally was like, oh, I'll go to Hobby Lobby, but Hobby Lobby is much further away from us than Joann's. And so I just was like, oh, Joann's has scrapbook paper, which is what I wanted to go get. So from Hobby Lobby. So I was like, oh, we'll just get it at Joann's. So these scrapbooks right here, they're covered in dust. Like, can you see? They have this plastic sheeting on them, and you can kind of see where my fingerprints have hit them. So they're the same. I just have 2. These are from Amazon. I've had these for a while. And I'm getting this stuff for something to do when I'm not up and moving around too much. So I make baby books for my kids, just covering their first year. I decided when my oldest was born that was something that was doable. And so that's what I've continued to do. I started in the last few years making Shutterfly books when we weren't having kids and then had a surprise baby. But in between all that time, I started making Shutterfly books, so we'd still have records to like document our year through, pictures and a little bit of writing. But then I don't know, I tried with my last baby, who's 2 now, to do his book on Shutterfly, but I like putting their like little hospital bands in there. And some of just the original stuff I just like to have in there. And it's just easier to do it when I'm making it this way than when I'm putting it on a book. I know you can get like the little pockets to put stuff in, but I just prefer it this way. So this is what I'm doing. And for my my 4th child, my 5th child, and now my 6th child, I've had to get 2 books. My first 3 only have 1 book, But as we get more and more kids, we take more and more pictures, and we have smartphones too, so that also increases the pictures. But more kids, we take more pictures with all the babies and everything like that with all the kids. And so I end up needing more books because there's just too many pictures. So anyways, that's why I have 2 books, because I tried last time to fit my 2-year-olds into just one, and I was like, there is no way this is gonna happen. So there you go. I needed the scrapbook paper for it from Joann. So all of them have slightly different themes. I would say themes very loosely because I don't necessarily keep a theme. I just sort of pick different color schemes for each one. And since I'm getting them off of Amazon, there's limited options of what's available. So I'm not a super like pinky person, but I'm like, I don't really care. Like, I'm just gonna use these. And so I got the paper here. I just kind of look through and see what kind of stands out to me on that particular day. So I'm like, what is the easiest way to do this? There's 10 pages in each of these, but you can do front and back, right? So that would equal 20 pages. We can do math over here. 20 pages in each one. And so I get 20 pages here. Well, there's a little bit more than 20 because I was like, okay, I can do 5 colors and 8 sheets of each of those. And they didn't have, the last one I liked, they didn't have 8 sheets. And so I just did the 6 they had and then picked another color as well so that I could have still a few pages that were that other color, and it didn't look like, oh, I just did one page that was a completely different thing than all the rest. So I have these ones, these like sort of flowers, but I just like subtle color. I don't like in your face color. I don't know, that's just me. Like where my daughter's making rainbow blankets that are like, whoa, that's not what I would pick. And then this one has hearts on it that I like. I can't remember if this is one of them that had less. I feel like it might be this one. This one has black hearts on it. It looks like kind of crazy on the screen. So I think this one had less. And so then I got just 4 sheets of these ones. They're leaves, but like a little bit more muted, I guess. And so we're kind of following a color scheme here. Like obviously these both have hearts, but this is a very muted pink, like super, super light. These ones are black, but they have sort of a grayish background to them. So this was the first one I saw. These ones are actually cardstock where the rest of them are not, but this is the first one. It's kind of hard to see the pattern. But I like this. Again, it's almost pink and it's almost gray. It's a very interesting, like very deep mauve-y color maybe. I'm not really sure. And the same with this. I just liked the colors, how they weren't too crazy. They weren't too harsh, I guess, either. And so it might look more gray on there, but it's more like of a beigey color with maybe the slightest bit of purple in it. So that's the paper I got. And I already have a lot of accent color paper to put behind the pictures to kind of make them pop on the page. And so I don't know if I'll make a video of me doing this. It'll probably depend how I feel, but maybe I'll try to do some stuff on Instagram. That's just at Jackie Paulson. It's down in the description box. So a lot of updates for surgery and for the stuff I'm working on while I'm recovering will probably be on there because I just don't know how much I'll be filming. So if you want to know about that kind of stuff or even see some of this stuff, or maybe once it's done, I'll show it on a vlog later on in the summer. So I have those to go along with these very dusty books. The book themselves isn't dusty, it's just the cover. And then we went to Home Depot because I needed paint. That was like the main purpose of going to Home Depot, is I needed paint. Just this teeny little can. I feel like I mentioned somewhere, I have mentioned recently in a video how my toddler flooded our upstairs. Flooded is a strong word for what happened, but that's what it looks like on our ceiling. But the drip, like your air conditioner drips, it's condensing and stuff, so it has this little drip, and it comes down this tube that isn't connected all the way. It just sits inside a drainage pipe. And so when he first learned how to open doors last summer, he pulled the pipe out and just sat on the plywood for a few weeks. And it's not a ton of water, but during the summer when your air conditioning is running, it's enough water that over time it causes water damage. And luckily it wasn't significant, but our entryway ceiling has water spots all over it. So I think like all the drywall looks fine and everything. And so I put a mold barrier like paint over it, but that paint is it's almost see-through when it dries because it's very thin. So I was hoping to get away with just painting with that, but it didn't work. So I had to get some flat paint that's just white to go on the top. So I went and got this, and it's not a very huge space, so that's why I only got this teeny little can, because I was like, I don't need a whole can. I hate painting ceilings so much. And so that's another project I'm gonna try to get done this week. I still need to paint the walls, and there's water damage going down the walls, but those have to be scraped and sanded, so we'll see if we get to those. I got more tape too. I still have a little bit. I'm not taping off for the painting, but I hung up like sheets of plastic to protect all the stuff on our walls so the paint doesn't splatter on it. And so I was getting close to the end of the tape that I had, so I just got a few more things. And then I did get even more things, but they're out in the car. So I'll show you those clips in a minute of that stuff. But the goal was to get some gardening plant stuff too. Again, trying to get those things done. There's only so much we can do. We still might have to wait another week or even wait to plant till we get back from our trip, and then I'll have like a day before I have surgery. Just because our weather, it's warm, but it's still, our climate is just really hard to plant stuff too early because it just doesn't stay warm. But I did get some other plants, which I'll show you, and then just some things to like liven up our backyard. But my kids wanted some different seeds. They did not want zucchini or cucumbers, but I like those things. I just plant very basic things in our garden that we'll actually eat. But my son, my oldest, was with us, and he really wants to try carrots again. We've tried them once. They're a little bit hard to grow. And he wanted colorful ones, so we'll see, since they'll be the ones having to tend to the garden most of the time. And then the only other thing I brought in was gloves, because everything else was dirt and plants and stuff, and I don't want that all over my house. So I have these gloves. Our gardening gloves, my kids had either outgrown them, they'd gotten holes in them. So these were the cheapest ones available because I didn't want to buy tons of gloves that were $15 each. So I got a lot of mediums of these and then like 2 larges, because I can wear the larges. My husband could if he needed to. A lot of times I just like to pull weeds with my bare hands unless stuff's prickly. And so anyway, I got a variety of sizes. They didn't have smalls, so some of my smaller kids, the gloves might be a little big, but not as big as some, like these gloves. We have one pair of these, but I think they're getting a little worn out. And so I got another pair. This is something also that's good for my husband to wear if we're moving wood or something that's splintery. We have those. So we just needed some new gloves. So let me cut to my car and I'll show you those things. And then hopefully in the next few days, you'll see us plant a few things. Okay, so here's my trunk. I'm gonna try to show you stuff as well as I can. Obviously, we just got 5 bags of mulch. Last year, we remulched everything. And so there's just a few spots that need some, and maybe some more, but I only got 5. We're just doing 5. And then a whole bunch of plants. I'll show you pictures once, or video a little bit or something, I'm not sure yet, of where we're putting all of them. Most of these are lilies. I am not good at plants, so I can't tell you what all of them are. But then this is a pepper plant, I think, and then a tomato plant. I can't remember. What else did we get? I don't know. Let's pull them out and see here. So this is a chair. Oh, we got an heirloom tomato one. That's what the other one is. And so it's called Mr. Stripey because it has stripes all over it. And again, some flowers. We got some weed killer because we just have lots of grass that grows into all of our rocks. And then some plant food right here. and some more potting soil because the beds that these flowers are going to go in needed a little bit more soil. So that's what we got. All right, it is a new day. It's Tuesday, and we are gonna try to plant some of those flowers today. I don't know if we'll get the garden stuff planted. We'll see. It's a little bit of a brisk morning. It's like almost 50, but it's overcast and windy, so it's a little bit chilly. But we're just gonna try to plant the plants anyway. And my oldest is out mowing the grass right now. So he's gonna be out there mowing the grass. We've done schoolwork already this morning. I still have one child that's finishing up schoolwork. So I'll call my other kids up to help with some of the planting, you know, carrying all the plants from the garage to our backyard, all that kind of stuff. And so they'll come help with that, and then we'll go plant those plants. And then I have 72-hour kits that need to be finished. So last week we started switching out our 72-hour kits. So we took out the snacks and everything, and then I ordered new snacks from Sam's Club. So those snacks are here. So we need to put the new snacks in. The only packs that still have the old snacks are me and my husband's. My kids took all their stuff out, so I'll just do that all at the same time when I take them out, you know, to switch everything. It'll just be easier that way. So we'll do outside first, then we'll go downstairs, and I'll show you kind of that process. I'll show you the footage from last week because I did film some of that to put in this vlog. And so I'll show them cleaning stuff out, us trying on some of their clothes that were in there to see if they fit. And then we'll show you us kind of restocking everything and stuffing it back into their backpacks. So that's kind of the goal at the moment. So let's go outside and freeze our little buns off, okay? What are you doing? This is an old vacuum, and he loves playing with it. Are you gonna bring it over here? Okay, thanks. Okay, so we are taking the food out of our 72-hour kits today, and then I'll see what we have, and I will order more things. So we mostly are just switching out snacks because we have meals in there, but the meals last for years and stuff, so we're just doing all the snacks. So here we have all the kids. Okay, just dump them out on the floor, and then we'll sort them, and they love this so much because then it usually means a bunch of new snacks for upstairs. And for lunch, they usually have snacks for lunch. It's just like a fun tradition for them. Are you trying to open your bags? There's no hot cocoa, I'm sorry. Okay, will you help Locke open his? He has like little, oh, did you figure it out? I think he got it. Did he get it? Yep. You figured it out. Dump him out, buddy. He's like, this is Christmas. He is so excited. And I will have to pull out me and my husband's bags and switch all of our stuff out too. But at least this will give me an idea of what I need to get. And then later on, we will refill them all and hopefully make Becca a kit too, because she doesn't have one yet. So here we are. Yes, protein drinks. Caramel ones. Caramel ones. I'm sorry. They're so excited. All right, so I'm just looking at stuff in Locke's kit, and these diapers he could still wear, but they're 5, so I'll take these out and maybe save them for Becca, or he can wear them now, and we'll put 6s back in here because that's what he's currently wearing. And then these pajamas are 4T. I bought, are you being really loud? Are you so excited? So I bought these ones big so that we could take him out now and he could wear the pajamas, and then I'll buy him another like bigger set so in 6 months or a year he can actually wear those. So those are his jammies that he can wear now, and the kids are trying on. I have just like sweatshirts sweatshirts that they're trying on. Oh, does yours still fit?
Mine is medium 8. I was 16.
Okay, well, you've gotten really big. And it looks like I, again, bought these in really big sizes off of just Amazon. So Lydia's looks like it still fits.
This is really
They're just trying
I
on.
don't see why they have to be locked away in our 72-hour kits.
Well, I'm sorry. That's what they're for. So they're trying on the things. Yeah, Mazer, you've grown a lot since we switched that out. It looks kind of short. So we'll keep that one and rotate it to the next person. Yep. Is yours going to fit? Yours might be a little bit tight, huh? We'll have to see. So we might rotate a few clothes and then get Mazer some bigger ones as well. So we'll see how it goes. But are you still looking at all the food, Locke? Is it look yummy? We just put the Lydia's clothes on Locke to see if they would fit. Can you stand up so we can see?
Those are my clothes.
Yeah, you look good.
You look like
Yeah, you look good. Did you open it?
I know you don't get this reference, so that was what Harry Potter's first school uniforms looked like if he had never been down by Hogwarts.
So maybe we'll just put these in his bag and he can keep these ones because they could still work and fit him in a pinch, but it's really, really funny how big they are on him. Hi, Beck. Did you come to join us?
I don't want to join around.
You want to come join all the loud kids down here? Looking good. You are a fashion statement. These are like 6'7" size. I think those pants are medium, so it's kind of big on him, huh? But it works, I guess, especially in a pinch. Okay, so we have the lineup of food right here, and I'll just go through and throw them at the kids. That's basically how it goes. We have the fruit snacks, like some sort of granola bar, another granola bar. Sometimes we do protein bars, it just depends. And a bunch of applesauce, protein drink, and then we have goldfish over there getting opened. And then I will just go through, kind of tell them how much we need, throw them at them, and they'll put them in their bags. My oldest is still out mowing the grass, so we'll make a pile of his too as we go through this. And she is chewing on the tag of her bag, so we're all good here. Becca's all ready to go. Did they put it on your bag? Are you ready? You can do it. It's not way too heavy for you. Beck! Hi! Mazer got in time to stuff his bags of food, and then he's stuffing his new clothes. He was the only one that needed bigger things, and then we just passed everything down. Yep, you're getting so tall, huh? And so if you can't get them, I can do it later. So some of the kids got their bags stuffed. Okay, don't break the zipper though, Mazer. So some of the kids got their bags stuffed, but some of them were struggling, and then obviously Locke, our toddler, couldn't get his stuff restuffed. So I'll come back down a little bit later and take care of that and to restuff me and my husband's bags also. But that's the crazy like 15-minute hurry food exchange. I was in the middle of making this recipe and realized I wanted to share it with you. So, because it's so simple and easy. It's from Lily Eats and Tells. It's just her salmon what does it say? Honey air fryer hot honey salmon bites. Wow, that's a mouthful. So in this bowl, I just have honey. She says you can just use normal honey if you don't have hot honey, and I don't. And I don't want to make it too spicy for my kids anyway. And then it has garlic powder, salt, a little pepper, and some paprika. I'm going to stir this up, and then I have my air fryer preheating at 400 degrees. And then you cook it for about 5 minutes on one side, flip 5 minutes on the other, or, you know, give it a little shake, shake, shake. And then, you know, until it's done to how you like it to be. And then you serve it with some rice and cucumbers, and you can do avocado if you have it. We do actually this time. Last time we didn't. And then what else? Some carrots, and then some sriracha mayo. So I'll show you the sriracha mayo in just a minute, and then I'll show you what the finished bowl looks like. It's so delicious and so fast and simple. So here it is going in the air fryer. It's sizzling because it's so nice and warm. So I'm just gonna put it in there, like I said, for about 5 minutes, and then shake it a little bit. Give it a little shake, and then let it cook until it looks done. So yummy, yummy. Okay, here's the mayo. So easy. I use light mayonnaise, just better macros, but you could use whatever you want, or you could use a dairy-free option. And so then this whole meal would be dairy-free and gluten-free. And then some sriracha right here. Put it in, and then you just add water till it's like a consistency you like to pour over everything. So that's all ready, and I'll just put it in the fridge while we wait for everything else to finish cooking. Okay, so it is the end of the day. The baby's in bed, the toddler's going to bed, and my big kids are almost ready to get into bed to read for a few hours. So, and my husband's leaving. They have a church activity with my oldest, so they're going to that. They're gonna see a helicopter, like the medical helicopter. I can't think what it's called right now. Anyways, that's where they're going, to the hospital to see that, to get like a tour or something. I don't know. And so I'm gonna repack these bags, and like I showed earlier, a few of my kids still, well, I think just one of them actually, besides the littlest kids, and I'll show you the little kids stuff as well because their bags look a little different. I made a video of this. It's a few years old, maybe 3, and went through like all the other stuff that's in here for emergency preparedness. So I was saying I'm not going to show you all that because I just don't have time to go through all that, and that would make a very long video. But this one is mine, I believe. So I'm going to put it over here because when I turn away from you, you're not going to be able to hear me as well. So you might have noticed that our bags that we packed mostly only are snacks. And so when we made these several years ago, there's a list still on here. Some of them are wiped off a little bit, but it was a little bit more of a meal. Like this is outlined as a meal for each one of these. But then I found these Thrive Life packets. I think Thrive is the brand. I think it's thrive.com. If I remember, I'll link it down below. But anyway, if you just search for it. So these are freeze-dried meals, and they have a shelf life of 20 years. I don't think all of them are 20 years, but let's see. These ones all look like they're 20 years. So in each of our bags, I put a few different varieties, and I think these have 3 serving sizes in here, and then they just need water. Basically, you just heat up water. So we have a big bin that has all the like heating elements and stuff like that, and there's water in these packs as well. If we're at home, we have more bottled water options as well, but these ones, this is the water for mine. So I found these as well, again, just from searching around. This wasn't originally in here. We were trying to do it with bottled water, but it's just so hard to store that much bottled water. So these are actually, again, just meant to be used, like last a really long time. They have a really long shelf life. This says best used by 10 of 2027. So, and we've had them for a couple years already. So maybe they last 10 years, not quite 10 years, maybe 5 to 8 then. I'm not really sure what it said on the thing originally. But I have one of the, like a packet with a bunch of water in each of our bags. And then, like I said, if we're at home, we have bottled water in our storeroom, so we can use that. But these have a lot of serving sizes, so I have 3 different kinds in my bag. So this is a beef one, there's a cheesy chicken one, and then like more of a breakfast one. And so once we got those, I was like, oh, these have a really long shelf life. So then I just started buying, we already kind of had snacky meals before, but I stopped buying as many things because I'm like, well, we have actual meals. And so I just bought a few more snacky things, and we could probably still get away with less snacks per day if we needed to, and if I didn't want to buy so many snacks. But that's kind of what we done. And then I'll just put them back in here and get everything packed up. And I can't remember, I feel like there's something else I was going to mention about emergency preparedness. We basically switch out snacks every 6 months. A few of these snacks might expire right before that, but they're still fine. You know, it's like the best used date by, or whatever, best date used by. Neither of those sound correct. But anyways, and so, oh, I think this is my husband's stuff. Wait, maybe this is his bag. Mine has period products, so I think this is his bag. Anyway, so I'm gonna stuff these back in here. And so most of the stuff when we buy it has about 6 months of worth of a shelf life, which makes it why we switch it out every 6 months. And our church has a general conference every 6 months, so that's kind of when we rotate stuff. Like, that's kind of a cue, like, oh, you need to rotate these things. Sometimes I forget, my kids remind me. They're the ones like, Mom, we have not done this yet. And I'm like, oh yeah. And so then we rotate everything out. Well, we don't rotate everything. A lot of the stuff's pretty good. We've checked the batteries a few times on things, but most of the stuff's okay for a long period of time, except the snack food items. So, and then we look at the clothes too. For me and my husband, we don't look at it as, you know, unless we've gained or lost weight drastically, then maybe. But other than that, we don't really look at ours. But the kids, we do, and then we'll rotate them up. Like this time, all my kids just rotated up one, and then we gave the smallest size to my toddler. They're big on him, but he'll be able to wear them for a few years. So, and then when I get to my babies, I'll show you. I just got her some pajamas, and they're, I think, 2T pajamas, and she's quite large. She's not even 1 yet. And so I'm hoping in 6 months, around October when we switch these again, that, you know, she'll fit still in 2T. Okay, my camera cut me off because my card was full, so I had to go delete some videos. Anyway, I've been filming too much today. But yes, I was saying something about my babies. I just usually buy something that's in 6 months they'll fit into, so that when we switch out kits, like, I have stuff that's useful for them and not just, oh, we have to get rid of this because it won't fit them anymore. So that's kind of what I do. Sorry, I like have to push this down. Use all your strength here to get this done. But I'm going to finish stuffing these ones, and then when I get to my toddler and my baby, I'll show you what I do with theirs and what's in theirs and stuff like that. Okay, so I'm doing my 2 littlest. I'm going to kind of combine their bags together, besides the food, really, just because they're so similar. And I think I need to get more diapers for my toddler. I didn't grab any of his newest diapers. These are old ones, I think. So we'll put those in my daughter's because she'll probably be in them pretty soon. So I still need to go grab diapers, but in here he has some wipes, and then he has water. I don't have water in hers, so hopefully, you know, between all of us, it's fine. And then when we buy more water, we'll split them up with her. And then he has some of those food packets too that last for 20 years. And then this was also in his, but again, his bag was pretty full. So these are the rinse-free bath sponges. You just get them wet, basically, and then you don't have to rinse them off. So you can give like baths or whatever and not have to rinse those. So I'm gonna put those in her bag along with wipes in hers. And then this stuff was in his, but he's getting kind of big for it. So just a light blanket just in case, and then a washcloth and the diapers. And then he will have his food, his snacks. He's packed snacks with everyone else today. You probably saw it. And then she has the other diapers. I pulled the diapers, the other diapers that were in this bag, and put them in here. So we have more diapers in here for her. And so, you know, enough, like, kind of think through what they need for 3 days or what they're using now, and maybe add a few just in case. And then I just got pajamas for her. These were just off of Amazon. Like I said, they're 2T. They're a lighter weight. They're not a fleece one. And then she has some snacks in here as well. And I feel like I have a bottle somewhere. I'll have to go look for it because I pulled it out of his kit when he didn't need a bottle anymore. And so I'll have a bottle in here and a binky, and then formula, like just a small can. I couldn't get one. I was trying to get one in my Walmart order the other day, and they didn't have any smaller cans, especially of like just a cheaper formula, because most likely we won't end up needing it, right? But it's good to have it just in case. And so they didn't have anything, so I need to like go in the store or look at a different store and find a smaller can to put in hers. But I think that's about it. In one of theirs, depending on where it fits best, I have this, which is there's hand sanitizer, there's some lotion, there's sunscreen in here for them, and then there's some pain Tylenol. Words are hard right now. I'm like, what is this stuff called? So there's Tylenol in here as well if we need it. And then I think his it might have all of our birth certificates, so I probably need to put hers in here too. Oh, I think maybe it's just his stuff. Yeah, so it's his stuff, and then like dosage for Tylenol and things like that just in case, and some insurance card information which hasn't changed, and then some immunization records. So things like that I'd have to put in here for her as well that hasn't been updated. But that's what I have in here. Like I said, I still need to put a bottle and formula and a binky in here. But I think other than that, I have everything else that I'm gonna put in here. It's fairly simple, you know, nothing too crazy. And then as they get a little bit older, we add a little bit more things. And you could put like a toy or something too if you wanted to make sure they had something to play with and stuff like that. So that's an option as well. But I'm gonna stuff these ones, and then we'll hang them back up and we'll be done with our 72-hour kits. I just had a thought that I would share as well with you, is that something that is nice about having these, even if we don't have to use them in an emergency, is that there have been a few times, I know there was one time at least, that we ran out of baby Tylenol, and I knew there was some in our 72-hour kits. And so I was able to pull it out and then just put it on my list to put a new one in. And so things like that, like if we happen to run out of diapers and it was like really big emergency or something, there's diapers in these for them, you know, that are at least the same size they're currently in or a size bigger. So I know that they'll fit. You know, if we ran out of wipes, there's wipes in here. If we needed anything else, you know, maybe some medical supplies or something, like it's nothing super crazy, but in a pinch. And if we don't want to run to the store, or we don't shop on Sundays, and so if we happen to forget something and we didn't have it and it was a Sunday, you know, unless it was an absolute emergency, we would try not to go get anything. And so we could pull from these too. So there's been little things like that that we've been able to use our 72-hour kits from. So it's nice to just have something that allows us to be a little bit prepared. Maybe when we are not as prepared in our normal life, we can turn to our 72-hour kits for that preparedness. Okay, I found the bottle and the binky. I knew I had left them where I could use them, and I just was like, where are they? I thought I had put them in this bag, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna put like her little food snacks in here. And then I also had thought about putting just applesauces in here. You could do that. There are extra applesauces in basically all of our kits because I was just trying to distribute them all. So if we needed to pull from some of our stuff for applesauce, we could totally do that as well. So anyway, that's all my 72-hour kid advice. I'm not super knowledgeable, okay? I'm not the crazy emergency prepper. I know a little bit. I try to be a little prepared, so it makes me feel better about myself. But I think I'm gonna end this vlog here. I feel like we've gotten enough footage the last 2 days, which is kind of crazy, but there's been kind of a lot going on. So there might be another vlog of the rest of this week, depending on how I feel or what we're doing. So yeah, we'll just end it here because it's been a busy couple of days doing a lot of bigger projects and stuff. So if you, again, enjoy seeing vlogs, remember to give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.